Oh, where to begin? I don't want to make this dramatic or anything. And I don't feel comfortable disclosing all of the things I want to say right now. Just know that it's going to be life-changing for me personally. But at the end of the day, you can't really help someone who doesn't want to be helped. And everybody has their breaking point when they've been taken advantage of and hurt to the point of no return. There's just a lot. And all I can say is right now my main concern for once is myself and my well-being. I will deal with everything as it comes. But yeah, that's kind of where I've been emotionally and everything. What started out as great, amazing, and promising yet again blew up in my face with this person, and I don't know if it has something to do with schmugs, I never know with this person, or if brain damage, I hate to say, but I don't know what else to think. And their family has never been any help, if anything, exactly the opposite of that. And I do not want to condone their behavior or enable any more of what I already have by just forgiving them over and over. And the same goes, that's just, I don't know how to explain it. Really, I mean, their family can do that all day, but I cannot be a part of that anymore. There comes a time when, you gotta take accountability and stuff. And this person is the first to point out, quote-unquote, professional victims when themselves can understand why consequences happen to them, or why people no longer want to associate or don't take kindly to them. So I find that very ironic, but that's the least of their issues, if anything, to be quite honest, which is, kind of sad. But at the end of the day, it's just a really complicated situation, and I've been through a lot, and I don't really need any more drama or anything. I wish everyone the best, and that has been supportive, and that I've supported and everything. Just kind of need to take a step back and kind of reevaluate things and figure out what I'm going to do from here, because this person can no longer be in my life. So I have to adjust that when I thought they would always be a part of my life. But for my well-being, they can no longer be a part of my life. And for their own well-being, because, like I said, there comes a time where they're going to have to take accountability for things and figure out for themselves if they want to keep going down this path or actually change and not treat people the way they do. Anyway, so that's pretty much sums up everything without saying too much. But yeah, just know everything is for the best at this point. And I will try to keep everyone updated. But yeah, I'm sorry for, I guess, not posting for like a week now. But that's pretty much where I've been. My life is always takes chaotic turns sometimes, I guess. Like, it can go pretty even keel or be chaotic. And I'm at the point in my life where I can no longer have that. Everybody has chaos in their life, at least every now and then. But, come on. To the chaos that I have had is unnecessary when a partner, if anything, should bring you peace and add things to your life, positive things. I mean, no one's perfect, obviously, but I mean, like, more negative, if anything, and never really any positive. It's too much. Hopefully I can stay, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure that I can. I've never been 99% sure, but I am now that it's best if this person stays out of my life for now. Well, indefinitely, really. I'm kind of indifferent. I really don't care one way or the other if anything. I mean, if things get better for them or not. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much, like I said, sums it up. If you're a mutual with this person, I don't care. I'm not gonna be petty like that or anything. Not that it is petty, but like, this person has been in my life for a decade now, a little over a decade. So it doesn't bother me one way or the other. So that's really all I have to say about that. I don't care. You're not gonna hurt my feelings by staying in contact or being friends with them. Because I know at the end of the day, they're going to regret, like they always do, and it's too little too late, though. Even if they do mean it, because subconsciously, they're going to want to, if I keep allowing this behavior, they're going to think that they can keep getting away with it. Whether they may not think that that's, their motive, it is, and yeah, I just can't do it anymore. But I'm not going to say be wary of this person or anything, because, unless you're dating them. Other than that, they can be a pretty okay friend. Just, trust your instincts when it comes to them. That's all I have to say, when they ask something of you or whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much where I stand with that. I'm sorry if this doesn't make a lot of sense, but I just felt like it needed to be said and to get it off my chest. And I'm just hoping for the people who are mutuals and things that I hope that y'all have been well. And for those that haven't, just know that you're not alone. I can only imagine what y'all are going through too, and I'm sorry if you've reached out or I've been a sucky friend again, but I'm going through my own stuff as well. Hopefully, like with every bad, there's good, so there'll be sunshine at the end, and that's what we gotta kind of think about, and hang in there, for the most part. But yeah. That's all I have for really to say today, and but yeah. I don't want to say it's disappointing, because it's at this point it's not about being disappointed. It's just predictable behavior and to be expected, and it's made me numb, and that's not good. So. Oh, and as for the fur babies, you don't have to worry about that. They will always have a home. I've talked to my dad about it, and so everything is fine. And my partner, might as well just say it, he is and will always be wonderful with them. It's people that he's always had issues with, really, to say the least. So, regardless, at the end of the day, that will never change. We will always be parents to those fur babies. Yeah, so they are currently with my partner, and because we are separated, I financially support them as well, and if that ever changes, they will move in with me, and they have actually even more room here. But that's pretty much all of it with that. They're all doing great. They have no idea what's going on. They haven't made in the shade. Like, there is nothing we will not do for those babies. As you can tell, the house is literally messed up over there. We let them do whatever, and so, yeah. So, there's that. So, for those that, I'm sure some of y'all were thinking that. But like I said, that's not a main concern or worry, because they're always going to be in good hands. They will always have both of us, So, it's just, my concern right now is me and protecting, my family and stuff, and being in that kind of relationship. If anything, I already know my partner will not want to part with the bunnies. And I will see them, because that's just how it's always been, kind of, and that's a long story short. Like I said, it's just a lot, and I will get into it in a later time, but don't worry about those precious bunnies. Those who know me will tell you that I have always and will always put them first. Even my partner will. Like I said, he has issues with probably any person he meets, but when it comes to, I guess, the innocent or protecting the innocent, he is very passionate about doing that and doing so, and he's very, very, I can give him the credit there that he is very good at that. But for everyone else, it's a big F you, It doesn't matter what, you do for him or whatever. He, at the end of the day, is gonna not care and never be enough. So, sadly. And I'm just tired. And I hope he does find what he's looking for, but that's highly doubtful, because it doesn't matter, You're never gonna be good enough for him, at least in a relationship. That's what I've learned. And we're just, as far as friends go, it's just too difficult to manage that right now and navigate that in our lives. So we're just kind of not gonna do that. But we do have like not a middleman per se, but if there's something that the bunnies need, in other words, as far as it goes, and if I want to see them and he's not there and you give me space to see them, we'll contact each other through his brother. So he's going through his own issues right now, and like, it's not my place to say anyway, so, but yeah, there's pros and cons with everyone, and it's just sometimes, you're just too different, and that's just how the cookie crumbles at the end of the day. And some people just don't want things to work out, no matter how much the other partner does, and that's just how it is. And I'm not gonna sacrifice my well-being anymore. It's literally killing me, just so he can be satisfied for what, I don't know, a few days or whatever. So, but those who know me know that how much I tolerated and loved him, and I wasn't perfect, and that person can only take so much, but I can honestly say I tried my hardest, and I loved him. I tried for a decade, and it got good, and then it went horrible, got good, got horrible, and it's literally insanity, because you're doing the same thing, expecting different results, and you're never going to get that with him. And he says there's nothing wrong with him, but that's his thing. So maybe there isn't. Maybe he's just naturally effed up like that. But I don't buy it. I think that he needs help, and he will never kind of see that. So yeah, I'm just really concerned about my safety right now, to be honest, because long story short, we were just on very, very bad terms personally. We can at least be adults enough, or at least he can, to, consider the well-being of the rabbits and stuff. But as far as, obviously he will go over and beyond for them, but I mean, in the sense, with dealing with me, you know what I mean? That he will talk to me about them. And he can be civil with that, is what I mean. And I'm happy for that, because, I wouldn't have chosen to have rabbits with someone knowing otherwise. But it's just something really difficult to navigate. And I know they're not real children, but they are to us. That's how much we love our rabbits. So we do consider them and everything. And, you're like, well, you're acting like you're getting a divorce and you have babies involved or something, like human babies. So they're not human babies, but they are babies. There are babies. They just happen to be bunnies. So, I know a lot of people can relate and understand that. So, but yeah, that's about it. To be honest, right now, I think the hardest thing for me will be to, sorry, I had to turn off that light. But yeah, the hardest thing for me to deal with, to just kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but the hardest thing for me is just having had invested so much and hoping for a future and thinking there would be a future. And now having to adjust to the life alteration that is, that you're not going to have a future with that person. And accepting that and trying to figure out what now, I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at. It's like the one thing I had to hold on to, I guess, in life was him, in the sense that, I have family and I love my family, like my dad's side for sure. I love certain people in my mom's side too, I'm a big family person, very introverted, homebody for the most part. Always have been that way. But when it comes to, love, I mean, I really thought he was it for me, and I was going to share my life with this person. So, and I had for 10 years, and to kind of force myself in a way to realize that I cannot do that anymore. I gotta Sorry, my alarm went off. I have to completely change everything. If you know, you know. If you've been with someone for so long, I mean, I'm sure we've all been through this, right? And having to navigate living without this person, especially when they're completely toxic for you, and vice versa, maybe. Anyway, and it's just kind of having to deal with that and realizing, okay, well, now what? Where do I go from here? What do I do now? How is life going to be? I was going to do this X, Y, and Z, or I was doing X, Y, and Z with this person. And now what? Where do I go from here? What do I do now that I'm no longer have this person in my life, And it's almost shell-shocking, I guess, especially when there's trauma involved, trauma bond and all that. So yeah, I'm dealing with a lot, and I guess for the most part I'm putting on a brave face, because I mean, at the end of the day though, like, I've been through so much with this person. I mean, this is really, it's not so much how bad it was this last time. It was more like, okay, well, you put me through so much, and this was the last straw because I can't do it anymore, kind of thing. Has nothing to do with, oh, it was the most horrible thing this time. No, it's just, I am tired and this is it. And you're obviously never going to change. You don't want to change. So, and you just want to keep on pushing boundaries and, you know, not being true to your word, and just all of it. It just all accumulates, and the disrespect and how little regard he has for certain people and their well-being and their lives. You know, really, truly, really and truly. I hate to say, I'm not even being dramatic, I'm being realistic. You can only love someone so much. I mean, they're going to have to want to love themselves enough to change. You can't change a person. You really can't. Like, you can see the good in them, you can see their potential, but that's all it's ever going to be. I mean, and the more you coddle people like that, you're actually doing them a disservice, because they're going to feel comfortable and not wanting to change. Sometimes they need to have loss in order to realize, hey, you know, I gotta change because I lost something that was important to me that I didn't value, you know. And there have been times where that has happened, but sadly it's at the point where it has to be a permanent loss for him to realize, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I need to look inward and do something about you know, me. And to be honest, we've all in our own ways have had to do that growing up, you know, in some ways, some way or another. And I know I have. And sometimes it takes losing a person, you know, for you to kind of like wake up. And I think it's time for that, sadly. And I'm not doing it to be malicious or to hurt him. Like I had said, it's for my own well-being at this point. Whether that happens or not is completely on him, and I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say that he is at a point of no return. I hate to say or think that about anyone, but I won't be sticking around to find out. Let's put it that way. So.